Hey everyone, welcome back to another SAT math video. This is a question from the 2024 official test bundle 6 math module 2. The ratio of the length of a line segment xy to the length of a line segment ZV is 6 to 1. If the length of the line segment xy is 102 inches, what is the length in inches of line segment ZV? So this question is not too bad. What this concept you would need to answer this question is ratios, right, in proportion, right? So you would need to know about ratios, basically. And we don't really need to care about the fact that this is a line segment. All we really need to worry about is this ratio between xy and zv, right? So what do they tell us? They tell us that xy to zv is equal to 6 to 1. Okay, that is not a 1. This is a 1, yeah. So whenever you have ratios, right, you should think of these as two separate parts of a greater whole. What I mean by that is you can imagine this is 6 parts and this is 1 part, and together they make how many parts in total? 7 total parts, right? So remember, when you think of ratios, just think of these as parts, okay? So now that we have that settled, we know that this would be 6 out of 7 parts to 1 out of 7 parts, right? So now we know, okay, if we have xy being 102 inches, right? 102 inches is equal to 6/7 of the whole, right? Because 6 parts are going to xy, 1 part is going to zv. There are 7 parts in total, right? So that means of the whole, 6/7 are going to xy, which will equal 1 and 2. And now we can solve for the whole, right? So to do that, we will just multiply both sides by 7 and then cross that out. 102 divided by 7. I'm just going to write that over here. You can use your calculator, but I like to just try and do it all by hand just for fun. So 7 by 2 is 14. That's going to be 0, so 1 comes down, and then we have 7/14. So let's scroll down a little bit. What we will be having here is 7/14 is equal to 6x, right? And remember, x is just like our total of these two um, line segments, right? So again, remember 6 parts to 1 part, right? In total, there are 7 total parts. So we're just trying to get the total of these two line segments. Try to beat that horse to death, anyways. But again, we're gonna divide by 6. This by 6. You can use your calculator. I like to always do mental math, or not mental math, but math by hand. So I'm going to just write it out over here for your viewing pleasure. So we'll have 6 goes into 7 one time, and then we are left with 1 over, and then we bring that one down, that becomes 11. 6 goes into 11 also one time, so we will then have, I believe 5, yeah. 5 left over, 4 goes down here, and then 6 times 9 is 54. So in total, our whole, right, the sum basically of x, y, and z, b, or the entire whole, right? I don't know how to describe that, but basically, the total 7 parts would be 119 inches. So let's see, is there an answer up there that says 119 inches? No, but remember, x isn't our answer actually. We want to know what is ZB, right? And what does x tell us? X tells us the whole, right? We know that 6/7 of x is 102, or rather 6 parts of x is 102, so the whole part of x is 119 inches, okay? So again, ratios, we just have parts, and the parts, constituent parts, make up a whole value, right, or some whole amount. So now that we know the whole amount, we can easily find what is 1/7 of that. So in order to do that, we just now take our answer, which is 119, and times it by 1/7, which is the same as 119 over 7. And let's divide that out. So and we get 7 goes into 11 one time, and then we get 4, and then 7 minus 7 is 49. So then we know that our ZV point is going to be 17 inches. Is there an answer like that? Right here, there is. So there you have it. That is how you solve this one. Again, the main thing here was to understand ratios, right? So ratios was the key concept for this question. All we had to do was identify first what is the ratio between x, y, and z. Well, gave us that 6:1, and ratios mean nothing more than the number of parts equated to the two different groupings or two different pieces, right? So we have 6 parts to 1 part. In total, that means there are 7 parts in total. You convert those into your fractions, and then after we did that, we solved for the entire total sum, right? So what was the combination of both parts? What does that equal? Once we figured that out, we were able to figure out what does one part of the whole equal, and that is what we did right here. So there you have it. Hopefully that made sense. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I can do to improve these videos. As always, check out Khan Academy. They have a lot of great resources on SAT and other subjects for self-study. And of course, thank you so much for watching.